So since we don't have so much class today, today's a short day on Wednesdays, I'm just going to review this with you right here on Edpuzzle. So this is where we'll do our math today. I will give you a question and you will try to solve it and put your answer here, and then I will tell you the real answer and you can check and see. And hopefully you're going to get better and better after each question, and by the end you'll be getting them right, unless you already know this, and it may just be review. Okay, this is a review of yesterday. What I want you to do is look at this number, and I want you to write the place and then the value of this. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here we go. Remember, when we do the place, we just look over, and this is the tenths, hundredths, so this is the hundredths place. Hundredths place, and the value of this, if I have a 6 in the hundredths place, it's 6 hundredths. You could either have written this as a fraction, 6 hundredths, 6 over 100, or you could very easily, look, just kind of keep the 6 and then put the number of zeros in there that you need to keep it in its proper place. So don't forget the decimal. Everything on this side has to be a fraction or a decimal. So your answer is hundredths place, and the value is 6 hundredths. You could either write it this way or this way. All right, next question. The place and the value, please, of this digit right there. Go ahead and do that now. Place and then value. Okay, the place of this digit is it's in the first one after the decimal, so this is the tenths place. And if there's a 4 in the tenths place, the value is going to be 4 in the tenths place. That's what we're going to keep it. Just basically, you're just going to make sure that you keep your decimal in the answer every time because it's on this side of the decimal, and that you use the same number. You could also write 4 tenths like this, 4 tenths. Either one is acceptable. You don't have to put both. All right, next one. Let's just keep this same number right here and tell me what the value and place of this digit is. Place and value. Do that one, please. Okay, so the place is it's in the hundredths place. And the value of that digit, if there's a 5 in the hundredths place, we're going to put a 5 hundredths. You could also write 5 hundredths as a fraction. Either way is acceptable. It's good to know how to do both. Okay, let's move over to this side now and say what is the value and the place of the 6 digit. Okay, so obviously it's a 6 and it's in the ones place. It's on the left side of the decimal. And if you have 6 ones, that equals 6. Now because it's on this side of town, on this side of the decimal, it's not a fraction. It's going to be a whole number, so 6 ones. Okay, what if I put another digit over here? This is the last one of this kind. What is the place of that digit and the value? The place is the thousandths place. Make sure you have the D and the TH, thousandths. And if there's an 8 in the thousandths place, well, we can just put 8 in the thousandths place, 8 thousandths. You could also write 8 thousandths as a fraction if you like, and that would be like that. Okay, let's move on and do some questions that are expanded form, because I think that might be the trickiest thing for some of you guys. Okay, expanded form. And I want us to write the first step of the expanded form, which is what we'll be doing on the test. So let's go 38. Please write this number in expanded form. Okay, so we're going to start with a 3, and that's in the tens place. We need 3 tens. You're going to give me 3 $10 bills for my $38.15. Plus, now we're going to do the 8. The 8 is in the ones place. Remember, all of these things right here are going to be, those second numbers are going to be the names of the place. This is the tens place, so I put a 10. Ones place, I put a 1. And the other number is the digit that's in it. Plus, now I have a 1, and that's in the tenths place. So I'll put 1 times 1/10. You could also, if you don't want to put 1/10 like that, you could put 0.1, which is also 1/10. So you choose either the fraction form or the decimal, but not both. Okay, plus, and then I have a 5, and that's in the hundredths place, so I can put 5 times, oh, I did that wrong, see? 5 times 100th. If I put 5 times 500ths, that's going to be 25. That's going to be a whole different number. 5 times 100th. I could also put 5 times 100th in the fraction form if I prefer to do it that way. Okay, so here's your answer. Check and see if you got it right. Let's go on to the next one. Another expanded form. Let's go. Go ahead and write this in expanded form. Okay, so we start off with a 4 in the ones place, so I need 4 ones, 4 $1 bills. Remember, this second number is always the name of the place. It's always only going to have ones and zeros over the tenths place, but I do have a 9 in the hundredths place, so I'll do 9 times 100th. I could have also written 9 times 100th like that. 100th, I could have used this one, but I'll stick with my fractions. Plus, and I have a 4, and that would be in the thousandth place. So I'm going to put the fraction 4 thousandths. 1,000th, sorry, 4 times 1,000th. I could also put 1,000th like this, 0.001 instead of the fraction. You choose whether you want the fraction or the decimal. Okay, did you get it right? All right, let's go on. Another expanded form. Go ahead and solve this. So we start off, we have a 2 in the tens place. We need 2 $10 bills to get $23. 2 in the tens place. We have a 3 in the ones place. Don't forget that these second numbers are always going to be the names of the place that it's in. Then I'm going to add, all I have left is a 9, and it is in the hundredths place. Be careful you don't write 9 times 100, because that's, I don't owe you $100, $900 bills. I owe you hundredth, which is a 0.001. 9 times 0.001, or I could do fractions like I did on the last one and put 1,000th. Did I say hundredths place? Thousandth place. 9 in the thousandths place. 9 times 1,000th. Either this way or this way. Okay, how you feeling with this? Getting it? You're probably pretty close to feeling confident if you already don't. I'll keep, this time I won't put a whole number there. I'll just do that, 0.845. Think of how that's pronounced. Go ahead and do the expanded form. All right, we're going to start with, we have an 8, and then we need the place it's in. It's in the tenths place, so I put 1/10. Or you could also put 0.1 if you want. Plus, now we have a 4, and that's in the hundredths place. I could also put 0.01 if I want, because that's another way to write 100th. plus my last one digit here is a 5, and that's in the thousandth place, so I'll put a thousandth, 1,000th. I could also put 0.001 if I prefer to have it in the thousandth place. Okay, do another one like this, a fraction. Check to see if you got it right before you move on. Okay, here we go. There we go. Just only, this is a decimal. There's no whole numbers in here. These are just pennies that you owe me. All right, let's do this now. 3, and what place is that in? Well, it's in the hundredths place. We don't have any tenths, so 3 times 100th. If you wanted to, you could also write 100th like that instead of the fraction. Yeah? I'm going to stick with the fraction on this one. Plus 5, and that is in the thousandth place. So I'll put 5 times a thousandth. You could have also written thousandth like this instead of the fraction if you would like. You choose either one. Okay. That's a cool looking number. It's a palindrome. A palindrome is a word that's spelled the same backwards, forwards as it is backwards. So maybe we can call a number a palindrome too. Go ahead and do this at the expanded form. All right, we have a 4, and that's in the hundreds place. You got to give me 4 $100 bills. Now that's the biggest part of this, and then you owe me a tiny bit more, which is a 4, and that's in the thousandth place. We don't even have a coin that small. It's a penny chopped up into 10 pieces. So, like that. Or you could put 4 times a thousandth. You could write a thousandth as a decimal. One more and then we'll stop for the day. Okay, we'll do a big one here for the final boom, and let's see if you get the whole thing right. Go ahead. Okay, let's go. We have a 5, and that's in my hundreds place, not hundredths. Plus, I have a 1, and that's in the tens place. So you're going to give me $500 bills, 1 $10 bill, and we don't have any ones. So we're done with that. Now we're going to go to the decimal side. Everything over there has to have a decimal. It's a fraction. We have a 1. It's in the tenths place. So this time I'll go decimal. I'm going to do 0.1. So 1, I have 1 tenth, or I could have written it like that if I wanted to, plus 2 in the hundredths place. So I could go 0.01 because that's a hundredth, or I could have written 1 100th like that if I wanted to. Plus, and then I'll go down to the thousandth. I have a 3 in the thousandths place, so I'll do 0.001. And I could have written it like this also, 1 1,000th like that. Yeah. Okay, good. So hopefully this makes you a little bit more confident. Make sure you get all practiced up for the test. We will practice